It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego political, my ego don't come, oh, this one not the off in mind, my ego don't come, oh, and in the touchlight every corner, my ego don't come, oh, okay, some people be they holla say they want the power, them be promise us say we go get light and power, them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar, just they get it higher power. Over naira. See them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Political, my ego don't come, oh, this one not the off in mind, my ego don't come, oh, person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my ego, that man do they talk, he do they talk. Say my ego diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary political, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This man not the off in mind. My ego don't come, oh, aha. Now you not done here. All these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want to make the common man get what he supposed get for this country. And I never hear something. Now go hear one. My ego, you go show na paper. My ego diary political. My ego la mo do.
Hello there.
My ego la mo do.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegu Live. Share this broadcast, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegu today. Politics, politicians, and the people. On Mayegu's diary, political.
Godfatherism,
read the caption of this broadcast, yeah? Read the description as well and share it. like the broadcast. That's your own offering. One of the most important role you have to play for joining us tonight. Like the broadcast, share it, yeah? Then sit back, relax, while I bring them to you in faces. I've got loads as well tonight. And if time allowed, yeah, we would take some calls. So share the broadcast and tell everybody that.
Lórí Facebook, and yes, we like Lórí YouTube, and yes, we like
From January next year, I will campaign to my people whom they will vote for. I will campaign to my people whom they will vote for. So all of you who have been in suspects, who have been saying all kinds of things, abusing me, wait. January has come. January has come. Not only will I tell them where they will vote, I will move from state to state and why they should vote for the people I think they should vote for. Nothing will happen. So all of you appearing on television, abusing me, don't waste your saliva again. January is a come. January is a come. So don't waste your saliva. Don't be going on whatever you call your platform. All those of you who are telling Nigerians, you used to have 40 shoes, you have to have 50 wristwatches. Time has come to convert those shoes and wristwatches to vote. Not be so. Not be so. It's not to be on the podium and raise your shoe high and raise your wristwatch high. Time has come to convert it to vote. Those of you who have never been stable, you move from PDP to here. You move from here back to PDP. Those of you who made campaign in 2015 telling Nigerians if they vote for PDP, they are voting for insurgency. If they vote for PDP, they are voting for corruption. Wait, all of us will reply. We'll tell Nigerians, this thing you said, how far? What is system now? Is it the same PDP or a new PDP? I'm not out! I'm not out!
Wicked, don't mind them. 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 Oh, don't mind them.
Maybe I like police. Do you understand what they say? Maybe let me have it. Out there telling me I should not bother about you at all. That you should continue to talk whatever you are talking. Don't
mind them. Don't mind them. Yeah, you see, don't mind them. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. Oh, don't mind them. I said, don't mind them. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. I said, don't mind them. Don't mind them. Oh, don't mind them. Gossip. Don't mind them. Yeah, you see, don't mind them. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. Oh, don't mind them. Look at them.
Thank you very much for joining me. That is the little emperor, Ikwere little Hitler, Werey Wike. That video was on the 2nd, I believe, of January, after making the similar statement before January. Now, in order for you to really understand this whole thing, right, it is ideal to tell you what is really happening. What's going on? I mean, I'll tell you, for those who have not been following, you see that man there is the governor of Rivers State, the second richest state in Nigeria. He is of the opposition party called the PDP. In 2015, after 16 years in power, the likes of Atiku and Co, they ganged up and they buried PDP. Now, since that 2015, that man dancing there, Werey Wike, has been nursing the ambition of becoming the president, which is not bad. Therefore, he's been funding the party, using the money from his state to fund PDP. Although that is debatable. If you ask some people, they will say, well, funding PDP is debatable because Werey Wike caused different factions in PDP. He was removing people. He was removing chairmen of PDP at will until Atiku returned. And the same Werey Wike nominated Ayu. With the fact that, okay, Ayu is from Middle Belt, Abi, is a northerner. So by the time it is time to run for the ticket of PDP, presidential ticket, the chairman coming from northern Nigeria will automatically disqualify anyone interested in joining the race. Then people now said, you know what? In order for PDP to really make a headway in this year 2023, they should let the power go down to the south. No. Ortom and Werey Wike, they insisted that, no, throw it open. Let everybody run for it because we don't want anything that will look like Pasha. That was our Atiku. But what they didn't know then was that Ayu and Atiku, esprit de corps, they have come a long way. Now, let's cut the long story short. Their convention came on a Congress. They can't play on politics. All of his investments, all his trusted allies up north, including those he's managed to install down south, everything seems to collapse that night. But it didn't end in that defeat. The fact that those who destroyed PDP and left to create APC came back and defeat him that has been spending the River State money for 7 years. As if that was not enough. The people that betrayed him, they started mocking him. However, he managed to get few friends. And there are 4 governors from 4 different states. Benue State, Abia State, Enugu State, and Oyo State. Out of the 5 of them, 4 of them are on their second term. They are not running for any office again. 3 of them are running for Senate, Abi. But Werey Wike is not running for anything, but he knows that from those who plotted his disgrace at the PDP convention, right? They are not done with him. Prior to that convention, Werey Wike said a lot of things. Oh dear. Oh, he said a lot of things. Sure, you get. It was like it was like Kolu. It was living in this euphoria that everything was under control. This is politics and money. So majority of what he said, those he said them to, therefore, had their own plan for him. The plan is that they will deal with him all. And I think somebody told him, or he heard that repeatedly, hearing them say a lot of things, we'll deal with you. For you daring to say other nonsense about Atiku, for you daring to do this or that. So all of this behind the scene are the signals that, listen, this one a game of power, survivor of the fittest. So in another few months, he would have no immunity anymore. He won't be able to say all the things he's been saying. He won't be able to say them anymore, just like that. So we need something. This is Wike thinking back then maybe that, well, I'm not going to Senate. So if I manage to become the PDP presidential candidate and I win it, that's a big win. So I won't have to worry about anyone probing or looking after me or me looking after my shoulder. But that didn't materialize. But the people that now came back to the party, Saraki and Co., who now took over PDP from him, their plot is that if he failed to come back and kiss the ring, kiss Atiku's ring, he will regret ever standing up to challenge Atiku. So it's now the survivor of what's going to happen to me if Atiku become a president. So Wike is fighting for his life. He's fighting for his own loot. He's fighting for his own, his own protection from his own crimes. And since Nigeria is a crime enterprise, it's a criminal enterprise, all you have to do is, if you can negotiate power when you still have the chance to, before you lose it all. So Werey Wike was able to convince 4 other governors, like I told you, and they formed a group, and they called them G-5. And they declared themselves free agents. The people that are never going to work with Atiku, knowing how Atiku hijacked that ticket from Werey Wike. So they will never work with him. But surprisingly, should I say unfortunately, APC, Egbekegbe, they are working about with Mumu ticket, Muslim ticket. The one that has already pitted Nigerians against themselves. That the ones they are trying to explain out. So here is the wall. In one of his statements after the debacle of a PDP Congress, Werey Wike did say something. I'm going to share that with you. Here is one of them, where he was asking this particular question about, okay, if you're not going to be with Atiku, are you going to deal with Atiku as you have all agreed and planned? Where are you going to go to? What's it going to be like? APC. Really? But you remember you did say something like this about APC. That would have been a sort of the red flag or something that would be like, no, it will never go there. And I believe video like this, listen to this, the video like this is one of the reasons why some of the Obidient believed that, no way. Some of them are still asking me, are you sure? Are you serious about this news? I'm coming to that. Don't rush. Right? Same way Werey Wike did make these statements. When
I hear people declaring for APC, saying that they want to continue the good job of Mr. President, the good job of people dying every day, the good job of Naira falling every day, I feel so ashamed that we have gotten to the level where sacrificing, people will come and say, look, I want to continue the good job of Buhari. What is the good job of Buhari? Of hunger is a good job. Of poverty is a good job. Of insecurity is a good job. Of the economy falling is a good job. It's such a shameful thing. I can't believe that somebody will come out in today's Nigeria and say, I want to continue where Mr. Buhari has stopped.
But that's just political talk. And I bet that's one of the reasons why I've told you, me, as a day, I don't get one single emotion, not tiny one, to invest in any of these rogues. They are just, to me, they are just performers. Performing here and there. Me, Mayegu, right? After sharing all of, sharing all of this with you in detail, all compacted into the same place, right? Is my own way of keeping all of this in the diary, so that at least, I can always go back to their clownery and what they said, and I can always probably even predict from what they are saying and tell you where they are headed. So they became free agents. Somehow, they became popular. Like, they call themselves Integrity Group. How are they going to, in this divided Nigeria, why would anybody even say they want to be with APC or anything. Like, for real? That's the normal question people will ask themselves and say, well, I mean, let's be honest. Then because of the APC, Egbekebe's insensitivity, they still went ahead on to go and pick a Muslim ticket in a multi-religious country like Nigeria. They don't care. Because they are the only one who can do that. And as it's looking, it seems it doesn't really matter. And I think, like I've told you many times, that when politicians use religion and you are defending them or supporting them because of their religion, or when politicians begin to play the card of a tribe or ethnic, I'm a Yoruba man, you are Igbo man, I'm a Fulani man, I will never look away from a Fulani man like me, I'm an Igbo man, why would I look, all that stuff. When politicians play that tribal card, religious card, these are unreal cards. Your politicians don't believe in any religion. They have no regard for any religion. They only have to use them in order to have access or gain access to your own mumu button. Once they call God, your mumu button is active. You don't want to offend God. Even these politicians cannot be trusted, but God is mightier than them. It will touch them. So therefore, they can pretend to be Christians. They can pretend to be Muslims. They don't believe in them. Because if they did, there will be equity, justice, fairness in all they do. And that's enough to maintain law and order in a society that is multi-religious, multi-tribal, multi-ethnic, and all of that multi that you have to deal with. But they don't believe in any religion. They have no single faith. They have nothing. Just playing on your own emotional worldview. So I have none. However, Werey Wike publicly then said, after going after Atiku in one of his tirades, he then came around and said, look at it, Muslim ticket in a country like this, where it's now going to be Muslim ticket that Werey Wike, Seyi Makinde, and Ortom, the only two who have been unable to really convince them that they are going to deliver, are the two from the eastern part of Nigeria, Enugu and Abia, Ikpeazu, and then Igwuanyi. Why did it take them this long? Today is 31st of January. Why can't they come out publicly and say it? They didn't have the balls to come out publicly and say it anymore. Sure, you get. I mean, I'll play you a clip now. You listen to that and you tell me. If somebody who said that, even if they don't have any shame, somehow, watching themselves sometimes can make them to, I told you, they are actors, they are performers, right? So they can play around it and pretend that nothing happened. Okay? Sometimes in August or thereabout in 2022, in one of Werey Wike's tirades, he did say all of this.
Those of them who come to me and say, go and beg Wike. Beg Wike for what? What are you begging Wike for? What did Wike do? We have finished presidential primaries. We have a candidate. We have a vice presidential candidate. Is Wike saying, remove the presidential candidate? No. Is Wike saying, remove vice presidential candidate? No. So what are you begging me for? All I'm saying, and I want not to say, you have taken president. Give us chairman. What did Wike do? And I say, I'm not leaving the party. I work for the party. But agreement is a what? Agreement. And if you cannot keep to what we have said now, is it when you are there you keep to it? No. You know what's called power? I will not be part of that. Nobody can talk to me to convince me on that. I will never be convinced. Never. You must agree to what we have said. We are the one who said, let us do this zoning as allowed by the party's constitution. I was not part of those who drafted the constitution. I was not one of the founding fathers. as they will say that they were the founding fathers who have sold a share. Other people have bought a share. I now come to say you are founding father. Which company is right? You have founded a company. You sold your share. You know, we founded this company. Which company did you found? You have left today with whatever you have. Which means they had this in mind. Now the thing has come to reality. But resign. No. And people are saying, go and talk to Wike. I've accepted the presidential candidate. Have I not accepted? I've accepted the presidential candidate. Have I not accepted? What is the problem again? You fulfill your own. Let the South, let them have something. That's what I'm preaching. You cannot be presidential candidate. You cannot be chairman of party, DJ of campaign. And someone is telling me, of all the school, my parents struggled, got money to train me. All these run around trying to show people who went to here, who went to here. No, I won't go anywhere. I'll be here. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere at all. In a party like PDP, that the votes have come from the South, and you say presidential candidate should be not, chairman should be not, DG should be not, the voice of our people will not be there. I will not agree. If you will agree, people can go. Agree. I will not agree to that. Because history, it doesn't matter whether you win the election or not. But you must show enough is enough. Enough is enough. You know, I don't support whatever they call Muslim ticket. I don't. Okay. You don't like it. But you are supporting handover from one ethnic group to the same ethnic group. From the same region to the same region. Is Nigeria right for that? No. Equity, fairness, and what? Justice. Give to the South. I didn't say bring South. I didn't say bring South. We have South, Southeast, and Southwest. If you say, okay, then we not know. Well, go to Southwest, go to Southeast, go to South. As the case may be, let us have. This is the period. Power is being played. If you don't have it, forget it. If anybody tells you, let you resign when election conducted, then you're a foolish person. This is the time decision is being made. This is the time the presidential candidate, national chairman, and the leader of government will sit. When election is won in February, before the president is sworn in, decisions have been and then they are selling that dummy to you people. Hey, why not wait? Let's finish. Look at it. Every election is local. Every election is what? Local. Let nobody tell you that. Don't be deceived by anything. If you do not stand firm and be committed, where would PDP cross over? Tell me where would you have been? You people stood firm and said, look, we will not leave. How many people came to talk to you? How many people running around? How many of them came to say, look, we are here to support you? How many of them came to you? All of you, be firm. I'm here. Be strong. I said, I have not started politics. Now I have started politics. Do you understand me? I have started what? Politics. You know whom I am. Don't worry. They say we are nobody. We are something. Tell them that we are something. Just watch what will happen. Very soon, you will see politics. Do not panic. Do not panic. If they don't believe in you, leave them. It's not. Don't go and beg. Are you beggars? No. You cannot. Even the beggar say, God, this begging, it will stop today. Do you understand me? I should be have been begging, say, God, I begged enough. Today,
I beg you, stop. Oh, hang on. That's acting up again. Give me just a moment, eh?
you don't come.
Oh, I'll give you this. Let's start again. 1 sec. Right.
From January next year, I will campaign to my people whom they will vote for. I will campaign to my people whom they will vote for. So all of you.
So, and this is January, the end of January, January 31st. Thank you very much, sir. Sir Adebayo Onilere. Thank you very much for that super chat, and thanks for the birthday message as well. Thank you. Appreciate that. So, today is the 31st. Like I told you, like play, the G5 became G clowns, then G failures, because as they made themselves free agents, part of their contractual demands from those they claim to meet, they met at Atiku in London as well, and they met at Tinubu. They met with Obi. So the part of their contractual demand, before they can then offer their states in support of any presidential candidates, apart from their own political party's presidential candidates, which is an open, flagrant, abuse of privilege as a party member, and you can call that an open anti-party, but they don't give a damn. Unfortunately for PDP, it seems that because they are corrupt as well, they are unable to sack them. Because at a point, Kolu meets their demand. You remember I've told you this before. I've told you this since last year, before the end of last year. I told you. After all their meeting, in every rumor, there is always a iota of truth, a little bit here and there. In most cases, when you hear rumor about Nigerian politicians, don't brush it aside. There is more than enough, truth in that rumor. So he didn't deny it. He said everybody is shouting. So what were the demands? I'll tell you the few ones which I've told you before. Werey Wike needs immunity and protection after office. So how is he going to secure that? He is going to need somebody he can trust, or somebody he trusts to succeed him. Somebody who is going to have access to all of the books when he is no longer there to either bury them or hide them. Somebody who is going to have access to all the books and may ask questions is never going to be given any chance. So having made that deal with Tinubu is that PDP, which Werey Wike belonged to, the APC in Rivers State, APC in Oyo State, APC in Benue State, APC in Abia State, APC candidate and all of them in Enugu State. They will all be there as dummies. Sure you get. But they would not be allowed to challenge all the PDP candidates in all of these 5 states. Do you understand that? I don't actually see the base for that. Werey Wike is a governor of a state, a 2-term governor, and he's done so well, according to his record, that if he suggests anybody to the people of Rivers State as somebody he trusts that would continue to deliver for them, I bet he should have a free pass. Abi, Seyi Makinde and all of these guys, but because it is a failure enterprise on its own, sure you get, because there's no real base for it. But they don't want any challenge. And the challenge is that when Tinubu become president, and after all of them have managed to get their own people in, I'm talking about PDP, APC candidates will now have to go to court, and then Tinubu will use the court and take back all those states from them and begin to probe them and all of that. But here is the interesting one. Tinubu agreed. The entire, including Rotifmi, Amoshi, the Ubima Judas Iscariot, who used to be the, you know what I mean, the fanboy of Bokwari. At the time, he's still the minister of, no, it's no longer the minister anyway, no longer minister. He's the former governor of the same river states, who also, like Werey Wike, used his own, the state's money to fund APC, at the time, just because he also wanted an immunity from any prosecution after office if Bokwari should win. Bokwari won, and then Rotifmi, Amechi, got his protection. A la carte served to him. So the same deal is what Werey Wike is working on. And as we have been told, the entire River State APC and their candidate and the rest of them, they have been thrown under the bus. If you now don't know something, right, today, the whole River State and then the entire 5 states of the G5 governors, they were waiting for the announcement of who are they going to vote for. They are already facing different revolt within their states, their own party members, by the way. One of the reasons why they are not so bold enough to announce anybody and say this is going to be the candidate of another party, and this is, you know what I mean, like Werey Wike promised, he couldn't do it. Because there are already internal rancor within their different states that they have to resort to the usual junta style. May then kill you. If you disobey Wike, they will shoot you and kill you. It no matter whether you are PDP or you are APC. In River State right now the same bullet they use for them. I'm not joking. I have videos. I can share some with you. But they are so much, they have boxed themselves into a corner that to come out boldly and say, we are going to support Tinubu. Look at it this way. Kwakwanso, Obi, Tinubu, Showore, Abiola's son, who is there? Those I can remember, right? 5. Kwakwanso, Peter Obi, Tinubu, Showore, and then Kola Abiola. 5. But they met with only 3. They met with Atiku outside. So they met with Kolu many times, including many trips to Port Harcourt by Sanwo-Iku of Lagos, Ifeanyi of Ekiti, and so many other guys, including the governor of Ondo then. All of these were the time they were negotiating. Okay, we'll go do them. No worry, we'll go do them. You know what happened today? Well, it started from yesterday, not today. So yesterday, the directive came, and guess who the Werey Wike, their presidential candidate? Tinubu, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, but they have not made it official. Sit down there. They are coming to come and give it official. Work don't start since December. Now, coward Wike be. But let me tell you something. Here is another twist to the whole thing, okay? The Werey Wike's full soldiers, they have received the message. Now, what they are working on is how are they going to explain it and make people see reason beyond Muslim ticket and just see it as Southern Nigeria. Let me tell you their line of arguments now. The plan of how to explain it to everybody, and if you fail to agree, if you challenge, they go shoot you, they will kill you. No joke. But some are singing there, how many people we can go kill? How many people we can go kill? I don't know. But go to River State today, they will tell you that the person unleashing terror on them right now is the little Hitler, Ikwere little Hitler, Werey Wike. Now, here is how they plan to explain it to the people. Look at it this way. You have PDP. You have APC. APC has failed, no doubt. But it's Buhari that failed. Here you get. Look at Lagos. Tinubu and that Lagos, Lagos now. Here you see that Lagos. The mega shitty. Maybe Tinubu can recreate the mega country for you. So, no, that won't sell. No, let's try the other one. You have APC, you have PDP, then you have Labour, which OB is. For the sake of southern Nigeria, that is why they are rejecting Atiku from the north. Sure you get? Now, I mean, for the sake of southern Nigeria now, Abi, why should any southerner go and support Atiku after Buhari? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Abi, it doesn't make any sense. It's a trick. But if we now say South and we don't want Atiku to win, we need to look for somebody who has a platform, even though we don't like them, but they can win. Obi can't win except on social media. You won't believe it. That's the narrative. They believe, as people who are within the whole system, they are within the system. They know about the rigging, all about it. They know everything. And as they are not buying this obedient or that. They are not buying it until maybe you shock them. So they're still talking about structure. So their conclusion was that Tinubu has the structure to stop Atiku and keep the power in southern Nigeria. But that's the lie they are coming to tell you. The only reason why they will have to settle for Tinubu is because only Tinubu told them. Sorry, only Tinubu gave them a blank check to write whatever they like into it. What do you want? We don't want any APC member in River. We can handle all those PDP ones that want to work for Atiku. They don't bond them well. We deal with them. But you see your own APC people, tell them they cannot vote for other person other than them. PDP. That's the deal. And then myself, what are you going to give me? I'm not contesting for anything. 2023 Ashiwaju, what are you going to give me? Because we need to bring our people to this government of national unity. We'll give you something. A minister. You won't believe all of this, Abi. Don't worry. That is why sometimes, if you invest this, your emotion, into whatever politicians in Nigeria are saying, listen to them, hear them, and pay attention to what they are saying and how they are saying them. Within that, you will get to know better that they are just out there to take advantage of your own emotion. They're not born Wike. Wike cannot do that. Here is the drill. Ashiwaju, our people will not vote APC. Okay? You won't win in this place. No amount of money. They will not vote APC. But what we can do is that we can guarantee you 25%. Their law says out of 36 states, you must win 24 states. Yes, you must win in 24 states across the geopolitical zone enough that, and you must have, 25, sorry, you must have 25% in 2/3 of the states in Nigeria before they can declare you winner of the election. You may have all of the total votes. Sure you get. But by the time they start picking all the votes here and there, and they realize that you have 20 million votes, and they are all coming from one particular area. Other areas, let's say, okay, let's put it this way, you win 20 states. 20 states. And out of the 20 states, you have 20 million votes. Another person win 24 states, and they have 19 million votes. You that have the highest votes, number one, you have been legally out of it, because if you don't make that 25% of the votes in all these 24 states in Nigeria, now the plan of Tinubu for the eastern part of Nigeria, the south, the Niger Delta part of Nigeria, and all their team is that, they don't care about who wins or what have you. They just want 25%. The last time they were in Anambra in 2019, they campaign, did all of that show off and all of that in Anambra for Bukwari's second term. At the end of the day, Anambra gave Atiku over 530,000 votes. And guess how much vote they gave to APC? Bukwari, 31,000 or 32,000 votes. So that is so far from 25%. You get what I'm trying to say here? So the likes of Werey Wike, they know. They know. And that is why they are saying that Peter Obi just came to destroy Atiku's chance. Because the only place Atiku has been managing to get something that keep putting him as second when he keeps losing. Always the vote from the southern Nigeria. Look at it this way. In eastern part of Nigeria, in 2019, Atiku versus Bukwari, Atiku scored over 80% of the vote in eastern Nigeria. Bukwari barely scored 20%. Barely. Even though he got Imo. He got Imo. Sure, you get all together. Meanwhile, in southwest Nigeria, the entire vote, they gave at, the southwest Nigeria gave at, Bukwari 53 to 54% of the vote. And Atiku was coasting with over 46%, which means it was this close. But all of these are now being like, probably going to go to the Obidient, the new ones and the old ones. So that is why the likes of Werey Wike doing their permutation, they feel like, what do they have to lose if Obi has already destroyed Atiku's chance in the south? And they can't say that to Tinubu. He must know, he knows. But if they can spend enough and give him 25% from those places, that's all it is. The other three Kardashians can do the rest of the job. Please don't tell me about your beavers, okay? Because that's another emotional investment some of you are making. And I'm sorry that I don't have one, okay? Mayegun, you need to believe. I don't. I really wish you well. Okay? Obi said that he's coming to destroy the structure. That, the structure of corruption and the rest of it. I wish you well. Seriously. But I'm just telling you what I know now. And what you should probably begin to look into. What they call the power game, power play, and power negotiation. All for their own selfish interest. Whatever is the deal, is a good deal for Wike. He's not interested in everything else. He just want to make sure that he is able to put somebody in charge of Rivers State as a godfather, and he can go to bed and sleep, even though that has been one of the worst mistake of politicians, and then especially those greedy ones who always like to nominate people to succeed and all of that. They ended up being the worst of enemies to themselves, Abi. So Wike, returning back from London in January this year, told everybody that this January he would announce, but he has no liver anymore. Or maybe it's now February. So the last time he was asked was about 30 days ago. Sorry, I'm going to have to replay that, because even the lily-livered corrupt PDP, the gangsters, they no get liver to suspend Wike all this while. And he just told them, oh yeah, now try suspension. Suspend us. Let's see now. Abi?
It don't come. Toby Sakombo. It don't come. It don't come. Now let me tell you people, those of them in Abia who are talking about anti-party, we don't catch them now. Now then they do the anti-party. I don't catch them now. And I told them, anti-party begins anti-party. Anti-party begins what? Anti-party. You know, say, we carry this small party here. When they do what the law talk, we carry them go court. APC, SDP, we carry them go court. And I see what they do now. The people waiting for Abuja always say they be national. They can't go collude with them. Go write our lawyer letter. Make our lawyer remove hand. In order to kill the cases we will file. I don't tell our lawyer, make them remove hand. The case go die. No problem. When I heard you talk, yes, sir. Me too, I will hit them back by tomorrow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will hit them back by tomorrow. Nobody will touch us when they will get wound for anybody. No way. Anybody will talk saying will touch us for River State, I will give them plenty wound for body. Yes, sir. And we have started it. Yes, sir. We are voting for our people here. Not so. Yes, sir. You cannot. Now you have told us you are doing anti-party. We'll show you what anti-party is. Yes, sir. We have not caught them red-handed. Now they start anti-party. Now they start. We will know the anti-party. Anyway, it has been in their blood. It has been in their blood. Now they don't show their hand. What can I watch for tomorrow? What thing will happen to them? What can I not cry? They know they are our people, yeah? Yes, sir. But you not cry when Anambra and catch them. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Because we will show them pepper small. Make Anambra know say no good to go to for another person team. Now so we will do them tomorrow. Yes, sir. We get
So that's him talking about anti-party and all of that. But he's still not so bold enough to come out and say, I am supporting Tinubu. The Obidient have, I don't even know, I've told, I think I said that sometimes last year, that, you know, sometimes when you, the Obidient, when you begin to patronize known criminals, simply because in your way, enemy of my enemy should be your friend. When criminals like this are fighting themselves, a lot of you feels like that could be a chance. Maybe if they would team up with you. You made that same mistake with Kwakwanso, that begotten Kwakwanso. You were romanticizing him then, I remember. Oh, if we should team up with Obila Sankpere, you know, all that stuff, until you got to know later that, oh, later they say, oh, thank God that, you know, he didn't team up with Obi. Emotional intelligence. Then the G-5 started tearing Atiku apart. They became celebrities. And they rode on that for a while. Seriously, they rode on that for a while. It is politics of Nigeria, politics of survivor. If you don't get power, you are dead. If you have never tasted their power in Nigeria, don't get close to it. Once you have a bite, it's going to be like a fish out of water. Omo rukon, orphan. That's how you go be. As high as you rise, now so you go fall. The moment you are no longer in anywhere near power. And that is why some people will prefer to just be courtiers or court jesters. Just let me be around the court so that I can enjoy some privilege of power. So Werey Wike is fighting for that. And I don't think, probably Peter Obi, or with what he's been telling all of you, he will be able to accommodate the demand of the likes of Wike. And they actually see themselves as bigger than him. Have you not noticed? Well, me, I have noticed though. Some of these guys actually see Obi as we are bigger than that one, Jari. How can I go? You know what I mean? So if you have to give us any shocker, a once in a lifetime shocker, is if after all of this whole drama, Atiku, Tinubu, their structure, everything, they still what? They still shop defeat. That's when we go say, this one happened in our lifetime. So I'm not ruling it out for you. I'm just saying. Somebody said that Atiku has already inherited Bokwari's vote in the north. See, I don't know, see that they transfer vote or inherit to. Because according to what some Lagos Abobaku are saying, now Tinubu inherit Bokuari's 16 million votes from northern Nigeria. They are waiting for Tinubu to grab. Now that somebody is saying that it's for Atiku now so now go fight for him. That's why the Werey Wike and co will rather align with the same corrupt system that produced them. See, I'm not trying to be sanctimonious here, okay? I'm just saying. APC, there are APC candidates in Rivers State. Because of this deal with Werey Wike, that Kolu made. Are you with me? Eh? They have like thrown them under the bus. They are no longer this. So they themselves are now saying, okay, now, if Werey Wike is going to support Tinubu, our own presidential candidate that doesn't care about us, we are also going to go and support Atiku of PDP. Tit for tat. Let me show you the press statement. From Tonye, Tonye, APCO in Rivers State, after they got the memo that Tinubu has finally signed Kolu into the Agbado FC. And all of them should go and look for anything else to do. And so the APC Rivers State say, we declare our own support for Atiku, tit for tat.
Clearly, in acting out this boast, our governorship candidate in all his engagement has not found it convenient to mention, communicate, canvass support for his party's presidential candidate, how be it in passing. By way of joining issues with us here, we challenge the governorship candidate, who is the coordinator of a PCC, to show banner, poster, billboard where he shares with the presidential candidate. We challenge the candidate before you, the press, to show which media outfit he has sponsored jingles or publications, howsoever, for the presidential candidate of the party. Rather, our observations and keen followership of the campaigns hosted by the APC Rivers and governorship candidates of the party has shown that the duo are careful not to mention our presidential candidate so as not to be brushed by certain infinitesimal anti-Tinubu Shettima forces who they believe would vote for them in the election of March 11, 2023. We challenge again the National Assembly candidates of the APC Rivers, whose elections are same 25th February 2023 with that of the president, to show posters, billboards, jingles, etc., where they share with the presidential candidates of our party. One would have thought after the national convention that threw up a...
So they are calling Tonye how? Tonye, come and show us where you have shown support to Ashiwaju in Rivers State. Nothing. Even where these guys, sorry, somebody was asked, where are you? Where do you stand? Gongoma Yegun. It's like you are against everybody. No. It's like you are new here. Sure you get. If you are watching Mayegun and you're asking me, where do I stand? Or which side? Who do I belong? Show Yamadini. We are talking about Nigeria election. The one, well, we have publicly told you here that we are not interested in participating in because of how crooked and how rigged it is, because we know what the end result will be. Then we choose to stay out of it. That's one. The second part is that how could you come on to Bayegu and then expect me to actually be in which part? One of these parts, Abi. That's the problem. Everyone doesn't have to be in a part. To some of us, Nigeria, what do you call it? Nigeria existence, which happened to be a fraud. Nigeria stays cheap, which is also sinking, require none of our own interest other than to watch it dissipate. You can try. Stop thinking that everyone cares in your hypocrisy of trying to save Nigeria. We are trying to save Nigeria. You have to take a side. No, we don't take a side here other than the side of watching you destroy yourselves. And if that makes you feel uncomfortable, sorry, sir. Sorry, ma. Now, so don't ask me which side. The only side I stand is the right side, which is the side that says a forced entity, people forced together with no option, would never live in peace without the same option. So if some of you now feels like there are other ways around it, guess what? You seems to be in the majority. You want election? Go for it. Why don't you want election, Mayegun? Why don't you want to be part of it? That's why I am doing my program, explaining the reason why people like myself, ever in my life, never in my life again, will invest any tiny bit of my time propagating, advocating for any election in Nigeria just because you want to save Nigeria. Of course, I am going to advocate for election one day. You know what the election I'm going to advocate for? It's called referendum. For now, criminals ruling Nigeria who made it a jungle, right? They've made that look like a crime. And some of you miseducated one Nigerianist as well. You kind of see that as a crime too. Hey, you cannot have a referendum until we defeat a government that is... Go ahead and defeat them. Did I follow you put them there, ni? Shall I join you put them there, ni? Go on and now you put them there. Yeah, go ahead and defeat them. When everything come back to normal, people like us probably would then participate in the real politics, which is the conversation around our cohabitation, our coexistence. We will discuss that under a better, peaceful, democratic setting. But for now, you guys have it all. Go and deal with it. You don't need people like us who don't believe in any of that anymore. And you shouldn't feel so don't feel worked up about that. Do you not know that boycotting an election is also an election? Do you not know? I won't blame you. It is a totally effed up country. Destroyed. And the people, even the people within the country, destroyed by the same people that you call your leaders. So, not participating in an election is also part of electoral process. Do you know that? If not because some of you have been so miseducated that they have now weaponized your illiteracy, that some of you will easily harm people that disagrees with you, that they don't want to be part of Nigeria. We don't want to be part of this election. Let's have, you see, if it is a real country, seriously, in your election, the issue of this insecurity, issue of the constitution, issue of forceful marriage, all of them will be in your ballot. They will be part of the reason that people will be voting. Okay, would you vote for this candidate because he's supporting the rewriting of Nigeria constitution? Would you support them? Would you support this candidate because they are supporting the breakup of Nigeria into a region? You know what I mean? That's what you should be having as an election, not charade. So don't come here and think when I talk about them, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm actually telling you why. I am not on any side. Rather, a referee watching all of you, shouting at yourselves on who have the better solution to fix a shithole that these criminals have created. Validate whatever they have put up. Validate it through election and all of that. You have your choice. I can't stop you. I can't. I don't have such power. I can explain to you why people like myself will never invest a tiny sweat of mine in that charade. But I can use my time to explain to others, warn them, tell them why it is called effort in futility. So if I'm being honest, right, I'm not questioning your positions, okay? Just do what is you. And then I know the consequences of that is not going to be limited to you. But guess what? Over time, I have managed to help people understand the consequences of their choices and all of that. So make that from my own side, even though I don't get voters card, you know, I don't get voters card. So from my own side, I have officially boycotted it. From your own side, do what you think is right for you. Just make sure that you are able to live with the consequences. You don't need anybody to stand anywhere for you. Stand where? Choose side. Side of who and who to help you validate. Nah, come on. Spend your evening with me to let me tell you why it's a pure waste of time. But I won't discourage you. The karma, their karma the obedient. I've told you. I won't discourage you. Go for it, but at the same time, do not pretend to be blind to the reality of the monsters that some of you are actually like preparing to fight and destroy with your razor sharp voters card. Cut them into pieces. We're about to see that. So yeah. Now let's go back on where Werey Wike gave his last warning to RU, PDP, and the rest of them. Here is one.
Of reps, which is of course my own election, Victor Obuzo. Who do you vote for me? Who do you vote for me? And then the only boy, the only good boy, the only good you know his name? And I know his name. Yes, sir. You go vote for him. Yes, sir. You go vote for him. Yes, sir. What is his name? What is his name? What is his name? You go send them to assembly. Yes, sir.
He still would never tell them the presidential candidate in public. But work is already ongoing. And I bet the obedient themselves have been telling themselves to ignore Wike, let's move on. We don't need him. We don't need the G-5. We don't need all. You see, which is right. You don't, because you see this man. Now the man we signed them be this. Yami, choose your poison very wisely. Asking for a referendum where criminals and then terrorists, career criminals, are enjoying the best of their lives in Nigeria could sound like a suicide request, but guess what? The empire itself is crumbling. Here you get. Since the empire itself is crumbling, and like we said, the empire and the people within, they would have to self-destruct for other nations to emerge. The conversation is being suppressed for a reason, just to keep this social rate going. But some of them are not really happy with Kolu's self. Okay? Kolu is like a drug don. Here you get. I've told you, some of you may be telling me that, Mayegun, you are not here. We are the one here. We know what we are telling you. It's going nowhere. Tinubu Maluleni, you will see. They will beat... you know, they sound good to listen to. But if you are saying that because you are just you, the usual you, like you want him to lule, you want Kolu, this Kolu must lule, this APC say, they must go, this and that. As wish. And there is also wish. Kolu is like a drug don. Here you get. You may be speaking freely, loudly against him. Make your wife or your husband, they benefit from him and he's holding his allegiance to him. That's how drug lords work. And in this case, it's called compromise in some instance, right? When they give you a hook you on something, then they have that as a compromise and you hold them. Don't underrate Kolu. Don't. Some of you said that if it's a free and fair election, they will do. Baba, when did you start dreaming of free and fair election? Why do you like to pretend? Why do you guys like to create a reality that you know doesn't exist until it happens? There is no reality called free and fair election anywhere in Nigeria. Not ever in your history. Not even in 2015. Show joking. So you they play any. So in a free and fair. So once you know that there is no free and fair to start with, you want it, but it doesn't exist. Then you begin to come to that reality and say, okay, yeah, now I get what you mean now, Mayegun. That is the territory of Kolu. Their election is war. They buy people they can buy. And they kill those they have to kill who pretend not to be buyable. So Kolu as a don, talking like you want. I could do whatever I want. Who you be? Look at that one. Who's that? You know, the way he talks. And he said the same thing about Bukwari. When he was in Abeokuta and he said all those things about Bukwari, Naira, and all of that. By the way, Emefiole don't change. It don't change again. No. February 10 is when your old Naira notes, okay, will cease to be legal tender. You can't use them anymore. But if you still have any old Naira notes after the 10th of February, just take them to the bank. They will change them for you. So your money is not going to go to waste. So don't worry anymore. And according to the Lagos Abobakus, that is the body language of a Kolu. Because Kolu can fire anybody, can say whatever he wants. Yes, he can. But guess what? It is also his own undoing. Behind this scene, here is the voice of their own chairman saying they are tired. They are tired of him talking anyhow and then talking against the Buhari, talking against the structure, treating them like they are nothing. I know, yeah, Awusa, I believe saying I waiting talk with that.
Shugabancin Najeriya amma kuma ya lura kamar ana kokarin a hana masa cimma wannan.
Wani ne ya je sa shi abin da yin? Ai ba magana ya nema shugabanci wannan hakkin sai dan Najeriya shi nema. Ba wani abin ki abin da yake nema. In Allah ya shi shugaban ba wanda ya hana shi. Amma dan yana neman shugaban kasa ba zai yi abin da babu kyau ba. A bar shi ci gaba da shi domin kawai na neman shugaban kasa dan ana tsoron kada ce ko wannan zai baci tafiyan shi. Wannan in shi da ke so a bai ta zai baci tafiyan shi ba yayi abin da yayi dinnan. Ruwan shi. Mu ne gatan shugaban kasa Buhari. Mu ne APC. A tutan mai ne shugabancin Najeriya Allah ya bashi. Duk wanda ya zo da shi mutunci ba mu yadda ba. Kowa ya shi. Mu kwashi kan wannan halin ba da za mu gani ba dai.
Sure, you get. We are APC. You cannot be talking like that. Try to caution him, but you think he can just talk to anybody anyhow the way he wants and all of that. Or if he loses the election, that's on him. It's not on Buhari. It's not on us. That's what their chairman is saying. Sure, you get. If he loses the election, that's not on them. That's going to be on him. Because he cannot be talking like that to everybody and condescending and all of that stuff. Anyway, so Kolu was in Akwa Ibom, Uyo, where that thief, Akpabiole, organized a big rally for Tinubu. Now, at that rally, at a stadium built by the current governor, Ortom, who also gave them the permission to use the stadium, Ortom said, Kolu came in and called him that boy that brought Atiku here. He was referring to the governor of Akwa Ibom State. The guy didn't, I was like, man, how could you call me a boy? Let me look for that clip. But while I'm looking for that clip, I'm going to show you where Oshiomole is doing or was doing a door-to-door campaign for Tinubu in Benin. Sorry, in his, is it Uromi? Where is that his senatorial district again? Anyway. Now, so they can't do house-to-house campaign or house-to-house awareness, so enter place where they drink Kogogoro. Because they may Oshibaba sit down. Aba, pe, 1, 2, 3. Or she they drink. And somehow some people said that it didn't take long. Within 2 minutes, he was drunk. I said, no, it's not drunk. He was tired. But take a look.
That is our senator. Oshomole, you are our leader. The time when you did, I will take the hospital. Yes. But now when they do already now, so when you want to go again now, we are waiting for your coming. Yes. Even though picking, when my wife is pregnant now, that you go vote for. After 15 years, you know say who see you that time when you take to governor. As I will see you today, you say young. You will be young. Our senator.
No, he's not really drunk. He was just testing the case and then playing along. You see, these are the usual things that we would have been seeing if Peter Obi is not part of this whole thing. Have you noticed? These are the normal way of campaigning in Nigeria, okay? Politicians, they'll come, they will drink beer with you, they will help your wife plate or losing her plated hair, yeah? They can even help you fetch water, come into your house and sweep the house for you. Just to show you, they will attend your church services. They will eat bole, agbado, gari, cassava, ewa on the road. To show to you that they are like you. We are like you. We love you. We're gonna help you. But now they do town hall meeting, town hall here, down there. They come first call you to be giving speeches. You see this particular speech he gave in Uyo. It no go down well with Udomo. You know, Udom is part of Atiku's campaign. That is where, that was where Kalu called Atiku, the former Senate president, Werey Wike, Mike Ijabolowomi. But let's go to that Uyo, the man that bought the G-5 players, Wike, Ortom, Ikpeazu, Igwuanyi, and Makinde, is giving his motivational clowning speech. Well, talking down on everybody. You get what I mean? So credit to this video. Credit for this video goes to the channel's television. Let me beg them. Then report my broadcast too.
Calabar. I have come I am here with their master. Broom is their master. We believe in hygiene. We will sweep them away clean. Senator Ngo, sweep, sweep, sweep. House of Assembly, sweep, sweep, sweep. House of Rep, sweep, sweep, sweep. House of Senate, sweep, sweep, sweep. Governor Ngo, sweep, sweep, sweep. Now, As if what you don't call.
Yes, sir.
President, you call.
Sweep, 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 sweep.
And make it your own.
Yes.
Your own prosperity. Your own good luck.
Has come.
Your own opportunity.
Has come.
The hunger is gone.
Yes, sir. Pata, pata.
We will do mechanized farming.
Yes, sir.
We will export food from Akwa Ibom.
Deep sea port.
We will build your deep sea port. I have completed the Lekki deep sea port in Lagos. I have ordinary They have no mandate. What they have na ice cream. It melt quick. You get me? They are yeye people. Atiku, when we make him Senate president, Abba, you sell this, you sell that, assets, our commonwealth, our patrimony, everything that we have, we sell them, we become skeleton. Atiku no care. As vice president. I am the one who rescued him from Obasanjo, who wanted to roast him like a goat meat.
Okay. You are resting here.
The Niger Delta youths, you beg their time. He ran away to Dubai. When election come again, he came for stomach infrastructure. He came to us in Lagos. We rehabilitated him and gave him the ticket. What did he do with it? He used it to collect money, wasted our ticket, and went back to Dubai. This time around, we said we are tired. We are not going to give you our vote again. He faced Obasanjo, he failed. Buhari, he failed. He failed with Jonathan. He failed all classes. You know what they call F level? Where you get failure in all the subjects that you take. F9, F8, F9, F8, FF, double F. That is his name. You better watch out before he starts selling the little palm trees that you have left. You get me? You get me? What we do is develop our country. We have enough gas reservoir on the ground. We will become gas competitive throughout the world. You will not suffer again. Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom. You will not suffer again. Amen. That boy will bring Atiku here. Where they call himself governor. Tell him enough is enough. Tell him enough is enough. He live in my backyard in Lagos. If not be because we be one, I will drive him home. The biggest palace that they build, I will just put lizard and pigeon and scorpion there. If not because you beg me.
Is Kolu, and he wears the badge as the creator, the person that created Lagos, for 6 days, and he rested on the 7th day. Everyone is his tenant in Lagos. He is the only former governor that claims to own a state and the people within. And he brags about that, so that when he becomes your president, he can tell you where you can walk. Here. Don't go there. You should be grateful to me that allow you to build a house there. If not, I will tell you to take your house. I'll send you away, and I'll put a crocodile and all of that. I built Lekki deep sea ports. No, he didn't. Do you see where education where education is really, really important, Lagos State, listen to this title. Lagos State is making almost 1 trillion naira in tax revenue. The state, Gongon, they are declaring over 600 billion naira a year. And the federal government is making over 400 billion naira in Lagos State alone, on VAT alone, VAT, value-added tax. But the states that make so much money like that is also in debt of over 2 trillion naira. And nobody knows their budget. Nobody knows their account. Nobody knows how or what. But few information that have been leaking out shows that they have to keep their account so secret. Because if you begin to ask them, what exactly are they using the almost 1 trillion naira revenue they are generating from Lagos, including the federal allocation they are getting for Lagos? I don't think there are many former governors in Nigeria that claim to own a state, like Kolu does all the time. They call him the landlord. I'm the landlord of Lagos. If not because you beg me. And he called Udom a boy. That boy. That want to come respond, say me, I'm not a boy. What an insult.
I wanted to answer Asiwaju. I mean, he won't carry the kind of insult that would have insulted him. I've given you international stadium. I've given all the respect. You are coming. He said that boy that brought Atiku here and called himself a governor. What an insult. In a whole state. And then our people were there clapping. Other governors were there.
Sorry, Udom. Tinubu na your grandpa. Sure you get, eh? He shouldn't have called you a boy. Because you're not a boy. You shouldn't be a boy. But maybe you are a boy. I don't even know. Because that didn't go well with him. International stadium was given to Kolu to insult the person that gave him the keys to the stadium. Of course, that won't go down well. And I bet, excuse me, I bet that's one of the reasons why, what do you call it? Some of these young people, immediately they collected their money and the service was done. But they took over the stadium. When Kolu was probably gone, on his way to Anambra, Awka, after Uyo. See what happened. So you get that was after that. So, but it doesn't really matter. Everyone is paid. Everyone got paid. Everybody got their own share. And the campaign train moved to another place. Guess where? Awka in Anambra, where Peter Obi was governor. And after that, he moved straight to Cross River, which is Calabar. Yeah, Calabar. It was in Calabar as well. You're going to listen to that as well, right? But let me take you to Anambra, where the first welcoming dance for Kolu in Anambra today was this masquerade. Oh, yeah.
The candidate for Anocha one state constituency. Anocha is highly mobilized. I've seen the local government chairman of our great party, who Honorable Francis Chimes here, where he has mobilized the multitude supporters of the party from Anocha local government to this place. We ensure that we deliver Anocha local government to this great party, and we will work for the betterment of our local government through joining this party, which we are sure that will win the presidency of Nigeria come February 25, 2023. As special regard, I know the cameras that have been happening in this grand occasion. I want to a special way to also thank the members of the state working committee of the party.
I know. But Kolu come down from the car, so you can see Kolu. You want to see Kolu in Isiagu today. Baba Ungbon President Kolu. You see, Lagos Abobaku. Like I told people, okay. I've said it many times. We have history. Sure, you know we have history. Okay, Lagos Sabobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, humbled slaves, sophisticated morons. Even your uncles and aunties abroad, the abroadians, Buhari idiots, the Mumumadus, the Bele lecturers, and the Mumu lecturers, them. You don't like me, and I don't like you too. But a lot of you will still have to come here every evening to come and listen to what is the latest that Mayego is sharing. However, I just want you to know that if Kolu that managed to buy his way to get the APC tickets. If he should rugged his way as well and muzzle everybody, and then he is now declared your president. Láàárín èmi àti yín, ìjà ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni o. See, you this Mayegun, you will see how God will shame you. No. Now you no get shame. And you cannot make other people responsible for your shamelessness. No. You can choose those poisons. I am just giving you the caveat before then. It no go pin anything out of my body. You should know that by now. Bokwari has served you, Shege, for some time now. None of this is in any way so closer to me. So you can't punish me. Okay? Because you are voting for Kolu or you are bringing... It doesn't matter. I have to let you know. Okay? Láàrin wa, ìjà máa ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀, renewed contract ni o. I hope you know. And the official name for Kolu then will be President Kolu. Baba Ongbon Lowo, Baba Ongbon Lorun. Now, if you remember, the Bokwari's title for some time now, Bokwari is the breathing, lifeless mannequin. The Daura retired Megad. Now, all these titles for Bokwari, somebody will inherit them, and it's going to be worse. You better get yourselves ready. So, Kolu come down off the car. People are waiting. Oh yeah, give them. You see the swagger is working. You see. 4 years. Free content. And then, using your own shege to remind you that you could prevent every shege you will face. But if you choose not to, be my guest. Yeah, be my guest.
City boy, 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 city boy. I say what you city boy, city boy, city boy, city boy. I say what you city boy, city boy. I say what you city boy, I say what you city boy, I say what you city boy.
Anambrarians, let us welcome the people we've been waiting for since the morning. Here in Israel, ladies and gentlemen, is the other person that the man will.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
More especially, we thank the coordinator of PCC in Anambra State, Senator Mrs. Marjorie Chubakadiwo. On the best Anambra, who is the coordinator of PCC in Anambra State. She is here.
Are you ready now?
All the leaders.
Are you ready now?
Nigeria.
Are you ready now? Somebody say, I see what you. Jagaban, 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 Jagaban. Senator Margaret. Senator Margaret. Senator Margaret. Are you ready now? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. EJ, let's go. Let's go. Let's go now. Wake up. We said tonight, John. Nigeria. Nigeria. Oh, Nigeria is now or never. I say we no go tire. Right, no go tire. Oh. To repair our own nation, Nigeria.
That image is very poor. I didn't envisage that. I didn't know it was that poor. That's Kolu. Here you get coming out to address his supporters in Awka, Anambra. Hang on, what's that? All right, so that it doesn't matter. Then he was given a microphone to say something, and he told them in Anambra, listen to me. When a thief could come to you and he's saying walahitalahi, just respond to him and say, "Na lie, you lie. Na lie, na lie. Na lie, na lie." I didn't have much from Anambra. Sure, you get, other than they pulled the crowd. They paid them, I believe, enough that everybody showed up. But you see that what's it be your name? Morgan Brown, what's it be your name? See, people, especially on this platform, people have gone beyond some morons like you throwing in that usual tribal card. Yorubas are supporting Tinubu because he's a Yoruba man. Yorubas are tribal, this or that. And you actually typed that. You typed that and post that in this public forum. You must be feeling so good that you have said something so responsible. No, you haven't. You are as dumb as those fingers you use in typing that nonsense. Gone are those days where it's easier to drop those tribal cards on platforms like this. Then you get some people that will echo that. You are an Igbo Manabi, and only Yorubas are supporting Tinubu. Makes sense, yeah? Any other person supporting, especially if there is any Igbo supporting Tinubu, they are supporting him because of the money. But the Yorubas that are supporting Tinubu, they are supporting him because he's a Yoruba man. And then you could put that through and say, well, all the Yorubas are like that. Do you see how stupid that sound? How dumb that sound? Because on this platform, right, we all know Tinubu is there in Anambra, okay? And whether you kind of want to admit or not, he's got his admirers there. And you need to admit, it's not even like whether you want it or not. There are Igbos who are doing everything possible, okay? Not for Tinubu to become to win Igbo land. There will be election in Igbo land, by the way, so maybe you should know that, okay? There will be an election, all right? And Tinubu will have Igbos working for him in Igbo land. They are there already. Just same way, some Yorubas rejected Tinubu outrightly. One of the greatest supporters of Peter Obi are Yorubas. Have you found out? Have you? Maybe not, because of your bigoted mind. I decided to answer you simply because people like you are still living in that old past, which is the life of bigotry, which Nigeria represents. And we all seem to have that. But guess what? Over here, we have now we have outgrown that. So don't come here and drop a blanket statement about Yoruba this, Yoruba that. Show madini. Meanwhile, those ones who actually does that from the other spectrum, oh, those ones are not for us. But Yorubas can't tell you that Yorubas who don't give a damn about Tinubu are so many and more than those Lagos Abobaku. So don't come here and drop a blanket statement if you are not mad, okay? Except if you are mad. And I can't help that. It's a public forum. Mad people, lunatics, and normal people in this day and time seems to have access to a smartphone, internet. That's all you need. And you could be here. But at least guide yourself. You know what I mean? So if you have anything, if you want to say anything about Tinubu, don't ever use a blanket statement with Yorubas. Because there are Yorubas who have publicly rejected him. What will you call them? Before anybody endorsed or even supported Obi, who is an Igbo man as well, a Yoruba socio-political group, they went all out for him. So don't drop a blanket statement because of Tinubu. And then step back and say, oh, if you see anybody supporting APC in the East, they are just people who are doing it for money. But those who are doing it in the West, they are not doing it for money. They are doing it for tribe. So after leaving, and after then, it was like telling them in Anambra, if Atiku says, walahitalahi, just tell him, say, na lie. I'll show you. Listen, this is it.
All these states to an industrial revolution state. They don't understand that. Na lie. When you hear You know what is in his heart? Na lie, lie. Anytime you hear Atiku say walahitalahi, just reply him say na lie, you
I told you, that's why he told them in Anambra. He told them a lot of things, right? I didn't grab that in the one long stretch clip, or I'll pass. So they collected the money, they organized there and all of that. But guess what, Guess what? That's not a campaign. It is just a sort of a charade show. Something to make it look like a but Tinubu campaign now. He's not saying anything. He's just there, blabbing, jibing, saying nonsense and threatening people. Because it's like somebody just waiting to be crowned. And then, yeah, just put the crown on my head. Emilio Con, you know that stuff. And it's giving everybody the deal they want. What do you want? Okay, yeah, you can have it. Same thing with Atiku. What do you want? If you support, if I get us, what would you need? Well, I want that, I want that. Yeah, you have it. Or I want that part to control. Yeah, you have it. Once I become president, you can own it. That's exactly what Kolu is doing. And I told people, I said, he's not actually doing all of this because of money. You will be so naive, or probably a naive person, to believe that Kolu is doing it for anything like money. No. Immunity. Just don't fall for them. Don't fall for tribal card. Don't fall for... See, if you want to follow all these guys, right? I remember on this platform, I have done my best all the time to remind you that... when you look at those who are with the traditional political base in Nigeria, the criminal groups that you call political groups in Nigeria, when you look at those who are like around them, right? The reasons why all of us have remained in this stagnation and all of that, is, it's mostly because people who love start with that. People who love their own thieves differently. And when they love their thieves differently, they love them because of the religion or because of their tribe. I have told you, these guys don't believe in any of that. So if you look at Tinubu and you look at some criminals who are trying to play the tribal card or religious card, because they've got nothing to tell you about Tinubu or about APC, Egbekegbe, you shouldn't turn around and then you, in your own supposed enlightened mind, then turn around and say, well, Tinubu is a Yoruba man. That's what the Yorubas are doing now. That's why I don't like Yorubas. Baba, nobody asks you to like Yorubas. Listen, if you want to like people or you want to love people or whatever you, it should be unconditional. But you don't have to lie to justify your bigotry. The reason why I don't like the Yorubas is look at them supporting Tinubu now. Look at, you know what I mean? You don't need to lie to hide your bigotry. Okay? And you don't need to give conditions to say, I like those people. How I like Igbos. Or I love Yorubas. I love Hausas. Because, what the hell is because? Conditional like and all that. So that whenever the chance presents itself, you can use that blanket statement and say, meanwhile, some of you hypocrites, liars, hypocrite Nigerians, Igbos, Hausa, Fulani, and the rest of you, Nigerians properly, you are here on this same street. When the Tinubu Lagos Abobakus, they were calling all Yorubas that have publicly came out and rejected this calamity and APC, Egbekegbe. Some of them even put up enough to go and they openly started rooting for Peter Obi. As the APC, Egbekegbe have done so much, destruction to our, whatever is called our, what's it they call it? Hey, there's something they call our unique, no, not uniqueness. Abe Sidoff, you might want to stop spamming my program on YouTube, okay? I'm going to have to stop you. You won't be able to type anymore, okay? When you drop a message, there's no point in you copying it and reposting it 100 times. It's called spamming. It's not good. Type your message, leave them. Type another one, leave them. It's called engagement. When you begin to copy and paste, kilo day, shogunla yeni. We don't see them once. Everybody don't see them. Why are you posting it like 100 times? Please, in case if you come back in, okay? Please, that's not how it's done. Right? So, don't play your tribal card when it's convenient for you. We were all here when they are calling Yorubas Omo for rejecting this drug baron, this sick Kolu. How dare you then turn around and look at him and say, this is why Yorubas are show madini, show shirini. Why don't you just come straight and say, I'm a bigot? I am an Igbo bigot. I'm an Igbo man and I'm a bigot. I don't like Yorubas. Just come clean, don't lie. Stop using Tinubu and all these criminals as your yardstick. Because educated Yorubas would never use all those rogues that you call Igbo leaders as a yardstick to judge the rest of the Igbos. A lot of us are even like spending a lot of time educating the gullibles that Nigeria have destroyed over time. That, listen, whatever they have told you about this and about that person, you should do your own research and never use a blanket statement. We are trying to educate people. You don't jump there and look at criminal politicians and look at Yorubas and say, hey, Yorubas are always like, about where are you? Where have you been living? Under the rock? It doesn't sell anymore. So it doesn't sound, it's no longer like, doesn't sound any kind of, nice anymore. It sounds stupid and bigotry. Do you get that? If you play into their hands, then you are not really that smart. You might think you are. Morgan, once again, let's go to, now he left them in Awka after the Bala Global Bala nonsense there, straight to Calabar. And this one in Calabar is also a clip that belongs to Channels Television News. So tell them, please, in case if they begin to try to my content are for educational purposes only, okay? And these guys are making statements that my people should know. Sorry that I didn't have resources to send a reporter myself. But here we are. For the sake of this chat, tell them, I don't know, report my channel. Back to Uyo. What did he tell them in Uyo? That is where he told them that some people, they increased the dollar from 200 naira to $1 to 800 naira to $1. Who do you think he's referring to other than the Bokwari and APC? Egbekegbe. The chairman said he should stop talking down on them. He should stop condemning Buhari. He should stop condemning the government. But Tinubu will not listen, ladies and gentlemen, to the state of Olympopotic mesmeris, where Ayade is the governor. Now, let's go to Calabar in Cross River States after Awka today.
I have come I am here with their master. Broom is their master. We believe in hygiene. We will sweep them away clean. Senator God, sweep, sweep, sweep. House of Assembly, sweep, sweep, sweep. House of Rep, sweep, sweep, sweep. House of Senate, sweep, sweep, sweep. Governor, go, sweep, sweep, sweep. Now, I see what you don't call. Yes, President, go. Sweep, 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 sweep. And make it your own. Yes. Your own prosperity. Your own good luck. Your own opportunity. The hunger is gone. We will do mechanized farming.
We will export food from Akwa Ibom. We will build your deep sea port. I have completed the Lekki deep.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption.
Calabar, cross river, Calabar, APC. Let me for support. Thank you immensely. I pray that God will give you the shower of blessing. Bless your family. Protect you. Give you prosperity. Give you joy. Keep you in good health. Defeat your enemy. You will defeat your enemy. You will defeat your enemy. God Almighty Allah, we give you abundant happiness and joy. Amen. Your children will grow better. They will be greater than all of us. Amen. They will be greater than all of us. Amen. Thank you. Since morning, you have been waiting to see and to hear what we're going to say. We are promise keepers. We mean what we say. When we do go back, we say we are going to change Lagos. Today, Lagos is changed beautifully, functionally, and exceptionally rich. Agree or not agree? You want prosperity? Yeah. We brought our party before you. First of all, you did us younger. When you did us younger, we've gone back, begged you, promised you. Then you say, Ayade, what do you think? Professor's eyes. He saw the oracle of prospects. He saw the oracle of prosperity. He saw it. He said, follow me. I'm going to cure your headache. I'm going to take you to APC. He brought you over. Ever since, we have not looked back. I want to say thank you to so many of you leaders, and particularly John Eno, for that respect, and the lady, Mary Ikwere.
Mary, show your face.
God bless you.
Thank you, Mary.
You will never regret
Amen.
the sacrifice you made. Your children will never regret
Amen.
the sacrifice you made. I thank all of you, and I promised you, here come prosperity. Here come jobs. You will get jobs. We will create jobs here. We will turn our water surrounding Atlantic City to better than Miami or Florida. Money will come in. You will enjoy it. You'll be happy. This state will become the wonder of tourism. A become money maker. Don't mind them. The lies of their 16 years. They cannot even provide electricity to Roseboli. They cannot provide electricity to Rosecon. They keep on lying. Electricity that is generated from your hydro dam is centralized. They swallow it. They say privatization. Privatization for Atiku pocket. We say that is the end of that. Don't let them lie to you about change of currency. They are the cause. For 16 years, they privatize for their pocket, their families. They've never understand what inflation is all about. They never understand what money laundering is all about. They never understand keeping our currency in the dark corner of their room. To change and torture, move the exchange rate from 200 to 800. If they have repaired it, if they have arrested this, we won't be where we are today. We will be greater. They don't know the way. They don't know how to think. they don't know how to do. I say, follow me. Are you going to follow me? Are you going to vote for me? You are voting booth. You are voting booth. It's very, very close to your house. Any day you want.
Sorry, guys. Well, I mean, did you see Shettima's face, right? Were you guys looking at Shettima's face? Don't mind them. They are talking about change of naira. Now them cause they took the naira from 200 naira to 800 naira. They are selling everything to themselves. Abba, Kolu. Anyway, I told you, I warned you. Somebody said that you are going to be so rich if Kolu becomes the president of Nigeria, because it's just going to be everyday comic relief. I know, it's going to be for 4 years. If the Mugus are Mugu enough, they make it 8. Sure you get. Maybe you can watch if I'm going to be richer then or not. But the last, what do you call it? The last 7 years of APC, Egbekegbe in Nigeria, actually made me rich in Nigeria context. So I'm a very rich person in Nigeria context. Because as they are destroying Nigeria, destroying the economy and the rest of that. So if I take my money into the place, I'm a rich man, a millionaire, multi-millionaire in Nigeria naira. Not because I've done anything special, but just because APC, Egbekegbe destroyed Nigeria, destroyed our currency, destroyed our economy, destroyed our citizens, make them zombies. So another 80 years, why not? Maybe I'll probably just be like, God knows. But it's not good. Because that same year, should I say that same 7 years, millions of people lost everything. No joke. They lost their jobs, they lost their savings, they lost their homes, they lost their marriages. Some lost their families. Last 7 years of APC, Egbekegbe. So if it's all about money, then we'll probably be sounding like them too. Yeah, I'm going to be rich. But that's not the kind of riches that I don't think it will come. It will come, not because I ask for it or what have you. It's going to come naturally. But what cost? At what cost? When you have old men lying, demented person, bragging and making promises to young people who are working hard, for those who are working hard to make ends meet, only for their, whatever they get as a reward from hard work, to have been devalued by 3 quarters or 4 quarters of the entire value of whatever they are getting. So, me that will sit down here in the UK, 1,000 pounds sterling, which I can make very easily, 2,000 pounds sterling, which I make also very easily, right? They're just thousands here. But in Nigeria, 1,000 pounds will make me almost a millionaire. 2,000 pounds will make me a multimillionaire, because I could get up to 2 million. All because some criminals who never worked in their lives, they never actually created wealth. They are those who are now championing your future in Nigeria, telling you they could build you a future that will bring a prosperity. Do you see Kolu there turning to man of God? Prosperity is here. God will bless you. That's a campaign, not a crusade. I won't go tonight with that. I was going to have to do some fundraiser tonight, but my time is so up. And I'm so sorry, Princess. She said that to me all the time. Mayegun, you would have said that we're going to do something. Then you get straight into talking about this Nigeria stuff. Then we never do them. I know. Sorry. We'll do that tomorrow. I promise. The 1st of February. And I'll give my own hint a bit. But I won't kind of leave without touching the Obedients themselves, who are also as they say it, as they call it, pressing the neck of the establishment somewhere in Jigawa. No, not Jigawa, sorry. Adamawa, where Atiku comes from. So I'm going to take you to Adamawa. A quick one. But before I take it to Adamawa, I think you should listen to this. Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba. Somebody will interpret or say, or explain it in the comment section. Please do me a favor. Listen to this video. It's in Yoruba. And I want you to please help me interpret that in the comments. I'll do my best when I come back to also explain what this man is saying.
Arugundade Victor Sunday lórúkọ mi.
Okay. Ọmọlúwo ni.
I'm from Kwara State.
Kwara State.
Olatan Umaran.
Okay. Ọmọdún mélòó ni sir?
48, mark pé 48 ní few months.
Okay. Báwo lẹ ṣe wọnú gbóyìn bàbá?
Níjọ́ Saturday ni mo kúrò l'Ékòó, mo lọ Kano.
Okay.
Àwa mẹ́ta ni.
Okay.
Àbá dé ó kù bí 10 km ká dé Ọ̀yọ́ town.
Okay.
Ìkànnù mọ́tò tí mò ń kó lọ, ó ní accident BMW X5. So èmi ni mo wà lẹ́yìn wọn pé kán máa lọ wájú mi. Pé so that anything bá tẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀. So mo ṣe bá wọn bẹ̀ ni àwa dúró títí inú kòtò tó lọ kó sí tóyìn van ò lè gbé. So àyàbù tó dé ó lóun ò lè lọ sékòó ó kàn gbé bọ́ síta ni àwa wá àyàbù mi tó máa gbé lọ sékòó. So èmi wá tan náà mọ́tò tọ̀dọ̀ mi Venza mo tan sí àyàbù tó ń gbé mọ́tò yẹn. So mọ́tò yẹn paná ìgbà tá a ṣáà gbé tán ìjẹ́ká dẹ̀ move ni mọ́tò tọ̀dọ̀ mi ò bá start mọ́ ibi tá a ti ń ṣe yẹn lọ́wọ́ bá ń pe mechanic ibi tí mo dúró sí báyìí àṣẹ mọ́tò kan tó dé tó jálù kòtò bí ẹni takú àṣàwọn náà wà nú ẹ̀ nẹ́ẹ̀sìn báyìí bí pé mi gangan náà wá ni wọ́n lé mi mo wọnú kòtò yẹn mo ṣubú mo tún dìde fóònù mi ti rún.
ní ibi tó lọ sí.
ó dàbí pé
jẹ́ mọ́.
wọ́n ní ìyànà ilé ẹgbẹ́ ẹni tó ń ṣe àyàb ìyànà ilé ẹgbẹ́ gangan ni.
ṣé ní Ìbàdàn bí àbí.
no ní ṣáàtìwọ̀n Ìbàdàn ni ṣáàtìwọ̀n Ìbàdàn ni. wọ́n ti gbé wa kọjá wa sádùúgbò bí nìyẹn o.
ok mo gbọ́ yín.
ibi táwa yẹn àníbi 10 km ló kù tá a máa fi dé Ọ̀yọ́ ta.
kí ló mú yín lọ́wọ́.
wọ́n dẹkùn wọn mi lọ́wọ́ méjèèjì ni.
ẹnà.
alo ti kú wọ́n fún mi ní nǹkan ní dèmọ́ ọwọ́ báyìí. wọ́n fún mi ní nǹkan.
kí lorúkọ yín.
See that man, right? He escaped. He was rescued by some good Samaritans in Ibadan. He is a kidnapped or escaped kidnap victim. The Fulani terrorists kidnapping people in that part. So he escaped. He ran and ran and ran, but they got him. And somehow they tied his hand and all of that. And they brought him straight down from Oyo, down to Ibadan. The axis where, of course, where the Fulani terrorism is of the highest. So he escaped, or he was rescued. Did you see how sweaty he was, right? As somebody who have seen death face to face, especially if you who have been living in denial, because if something doesn't happen to you, if it hasn't happened to you, then probably it's not happening. Probably people are just using propaganda to raise all this. So you know what I mean? I pray that Nigeria, this type of Nigeria will not happen to you soon. That man will do Thanksgiving on Sunday. I promise you. Because that's just like a 10 million naira ransom that escaped from the Fulani terrorists in Oyo. And just a reminder of the battle that people are fighting in the APC, Egbekegbes Nigeria. It's a reminder. But let's go to that Adamawa where Peter Obi and his Obidient took over at Tifko State today. Starting with this. Of course, that's it went to about 3 places: Yola, Mubi, and then one other place like that. I can't remember, but oh, why did I forget that? But it doesn't matter, right? Maybe they will mention that in this video where he was meeting with the traditional ruler of that particular community. In Adamawa, it's inside the palace. Please watch.
Amen.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We will now listen for His Royal Majesty and Royal Chairman's comments. Your Majesty.
Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, Excellency, Ahmed Betty, the Labour Party, distinguished members of the Labour Party, traditional office holders, traditional title holders, elders of the community, and members of the Traditional Council. I welcome you to this meeting. We are happy to receive the candidates of the Labour Party here. I speak on behalf of the entire Adamawa people, the Adamawa Traditional Council, and the Ikwere Nation to receive these candidates here. And our tradition here is when we receive candidates, we pray for them. And our prayers here, we don't pray in vain. The Labour Party presidential candidates, whether by coincidence, over arrangement, over divine structure that God has made.
Is it first? I wanted to say it.
And our prayer for him is that God is going to establish a life.
Amen.
God is still looking for people to stand in the gap for this country. And our prayer is that may they be the ones that will stand in the gap for this country.
Amen.
Ours is to pray, God is to establish what it is. The word of God says that we can plant our seed, we can water it, but God will be the one to give the increase. That will be what will be in Nigeria. We know and we believe that Nigeria will never be the same again after February 28th. That's our prayer. So, Mr. Peter will be having that as you traverse this country continually to campaign, you will go with our prayers.
Amen.
God will be with you in your movement.
Amen.
God will protect you. God will give you the wisdom to say the right things at the right places, and the favor of God will rest upon you.
Amen. Amen.
That is our prayer. I wish you all the best in this ceremony.
Amen.
We have a tradition, even though there is no time. We don't allow people that are looking for strategic offices in the nation to come into our palace and go without wearing our clothes. So we're going to wear the cloth for you, and we're going to wear the cloth. You don't have to remove everything, we wear it on top of what you have. A good husband is the one who brings the new wife without sending away the old one. Where is the staff? That you will change the staff today. You know that
So that's Newman in Adamawa. After he left Newman, he went on to Mubi. After Mubi, then he went on to the state capital, which is Yola. And I think this is where he addressed the people in Mubi. Like, this guy will have about 3 campaigns. 3 different campaigns in the same state. Meeting women, meeting students, and then the general. And he would do all of that within that same space. I don't know how he does that anyway, but yeah, I think this was a Mubi. The one where he gave a speech. The usual one. Consumption to production. Obi.
This is Newman.
Oh, but it is the same Newman. Oh. Imagine, oh, people in Newman. Another one in Mubi. I've got 2 videos for that. I should have told you, right? So that's Newman again. After leaving the palace, he went to go and see people there. And afterward, right, he moved on again to Mubi. Then from there, he moved to Yola. I won't be able to share all of that with you, but I'll share this one again, please. Watch.
This is Newman.
Let me start by thanking the people of Adamawa. I thank you for what you've been able to. I thank you for what you've been able to do. Thank you. Thank you for what you've been able to do for this warm reception. And I assure you, as it is, I will said in the palace, we are the first presidential candidates to come here and campaign. That means we did well, and we assure you that you and I have said, hold us responsible. We do the new Nigeria. All your country have done in the past 20 years is to manufacture poverty, to manufacture insecurity, to ensure that people are unemployed, so that our youth suffer, to bring misery to all the family. That is what we are saying. It has come to an end. I assure you, when we are coming, I will allow my own brother, you can see the 2 of us, we're the same thing. I will greet you and I will complete.
Adamawa, muna miƙa gaisuwa da godiya. Albishiru, daga ranar da kuka ji an ce shugaban ƙasar Najeriya Peter Obi, daga ranar nan mun tsayar da wannan da ake a bayan ƙasa mun kafa adalci. Daga ranar nan babu samar da yawaituwa daga ranar nan mun dakatar da sace kudin al'umma kuma kafa baku haƙƙinku ba mu ƙuru'an nan ni ta hobi da ni ga yadda za mu gyara Najeriya mu a godiya.
Like I said before, we die for you. Our commitment is total. Yes, today, our program is to secure and unite Nigeria. We will ensure that we provide security in this country. The enemy is not formidable. We will deal with it. We have said the first thing we will do is to ensure that we have appropriate number of security personnel, equip them, protect them. No longer are we going to allow our policemen and women to die without the country caring about them. We will ensure that whoever we send to the front will be properly equipped, properly supported, properly insured, and nothing will happen to them. But if it happens, their family will know they are not alone. We will tell them to unite the country. We will ensure that the country is united. We can no longer stay the way we are today. We want to build a country where no Nigerian will ever say, I'm from the east, west, north or south. I'm a Nigerian. We want to build a country where we will remove Nigeria today from consumption to production.
Obi, from consumption to production. That's the buzzword, okay? Somebody was like, you know, maybe somebody who was surprised that after we have condemned Al-Qaeda People's Congress, APC, people destroying people, PDP, I think that person was surprised that we are not praising Obi. You know what that person said? And this place is so toxic. Instead of you to be talking about Obi and all of that, I was like, oh, bro. If you feel like people are not like us, you know, we're supposed to be praising and Obi and all of that stuff, but that's not how it works, yeah. So if that makes it a bit toxic for you, well, you are welcome to the real world. Okay? Everyone won't have to agree with you on the same thing you agree with. I don't know how old you are, or I don't care. But just so you know, in the real world, yeah, people have their choices for different reasons too. And guess what? Just the same way you are convinced about something, so are they. They're convinced too. So that is where the understanding and maturity comes into. I mean, that as an adult, you are responsible for your choice and your choices in life. If that sounds toxic to you, you better go back to where they are testing people with mental health problems. This real world may be really too harsh for you. It is the real world. It is not toxicity. Okay? That a lot of us will never, under any condition, whatever condition, will never bow the knee or bend the knee for the criminals that have been ruining Nigeria. It doesn't matter where they go to. It doesn't matter name they put up. It doesn't matter. Nothing. We will never, we never bend the knee. And at the same time, we are also never going to fight your battle for you. You pick it. Pick your battle. Face it. Clear about it. Because a lot of us actually have our own battles too. So don't call that toxic. Here you get. On this platform, I've done my best to make people see the Obidient as the karma that is happening to the establishment that treated us so bad and badly for decades. Now, the Obidient are going to crush them or send them away or not is a different conversation entirely. But on this platform, we respect that. We call you their karma. That doesn't make us your friends, okay? I mean, me in particular, that doesn't make me your friend. Don't mix it up, okay? Wish you well. I won't treat you the same way I would treat the Lagos Abobakus and the Mekano articulated morons, articulated looters, and the articulated scammers. No, I won't treat you that way because I know your story. The Obidient. But that doesn't make us your friend. That doesn't make us sharing the same ideology. Okay? You need to understand that. This is real life. This is real life. If you want to be so bad, so badly to fix Nigeria, some of us don't give a damn about that. And you need to live with that. Yeah, there are some people who don't give a fuck about it. Some of us don't give a damn about him. You know why? You're talking about Nigeria where some of us don't actually give a fuck about anymore. Yeah, we are all like effed up. Yeah. Whatever happens in Nigeria, whether we are there or not, whether we support them or not, whether we participate or not, we're going to share in the consequences of that. But that's not new. We are used to sharing the consequences of the choices that we never made. I didn't make a choice about Boko Haram. Some millions of you made that decision. And you repeated that 4 years ago, thereabout. But when the consequences started falling on everybody, the economy crashing, the insecurity, the joblessness, the poverty, everybody is sharing it. So don't scare anybody with if they don't support Obi, they are going to suffer. Are you new? Are you actually really new? Or this is your first time of engaging in political activities or political, like actively active in politics? Is this your first time? Then welcome to the real world. A lot of us have grown up, had such experience, and you can't tell us and say, if you don't support him now, these people will continue. Baba, go shidano. Don't tell us that. We acknowledge and we recognize the fact that yous have become their karma. Here you get. So finish the fight. You there with me? Because at the end of the day, your fight is about saving Nigeria. For who? For yourselves? Good luck. But you are their karma that we are talking about is because even if nobody gives you any credit, if nobody cares, if people try to talk you down or gaslight you, on this platform, we have actually explained your track and everything you've done to bring yourselves here, which is quite incredible. I mean, come on, 10 months. A political party that just came to prominence in 10 months. Give them their flowers. Give them their own thing. Give them their red carpet. But you don't come to my Egunzari political and begin to feel like we are friends. We are not friends. Oh. I have told you many times, okay, that I am here always telling you about the evil of PDP, evil of APC. And from the blues, the Akama came, the Obidient. They have a time in 26 or 25 days from now. They will either prove all of us wrong or some of us right. But don't ever come onto anywhere and begin to say, if they don't support Obi, that is coming to save all of here you get. If he's going to come and save you, if he's not going to save you, don't threaten anybody with that. Don't try to talk as if to say, like, we are talking about Nigeria, man. If this is your own reality you have created, that doesn't make us toxic. We acknowledge your rose and the rest of that and wish you well. So don't think we are actually like friends. I'm not your friend, though. Don't mix it together, okay? Because if tomorrow Obi become the president of Nigeria, of course I'm going to treat him like I'm treating all these guys too. How can you treat him like I'm showing Shireni? Oh, get it, Sha. We are talking about Nigeria. As it is today, as long as Nigeria exists, whoever is in charge of Nigeria, all of us, an answer. And since we're likely never going to get the answer, so we treat them the same way until we see it otherwise. So don't make it look like, you know what I mean? Remain there, Kama. And then if you see people here who don't believe in Obi, don't pretend that you are surprised. This is Mayegun's Diary Political. We don't believe in your politicians. Even though some of you are here, that we are shouting Yoruba Nation, Biafra, for the past 2 years, the past 10 months, all of them don't change. Now, can't they preach? Say, let us just give him a chance. If he doesn't, we can go back to Yoruba. I say, okay, fine. Your choice. I don't make choices for people. I just tell you what I know. Then you can make up your mind on anything you want to do. So Obi has hijacked some of the people that we are both shouting Yoruba Nation now, Biafra now. Of course, we saw that. But we see that as a timely something. So if Obi surprise all of us, I'll be one of them. Sure you get. And it is also normal that when people tell you that Obi can't win, they are just telling you to probably work hard to prove them wrong. Don't get mad and begin to act up like, don't you love Nigeria? Don't no blackmail anybody with Nigeria. Nigeria no get name to blackmail anybody with anymore. You can't blackmail anybody with patriotism about Nigeria, loyalty to your country, love your country. All those things are still, they are hold. You can't blackmail anybody except fools who want to be blackmailed. You can't blackmail anybody with Nigeria anymore except dumbos. Foolish ones who are like still making up that fraud in their head. One Nigeria, it doesn't exist. But you can shock the rest of us and surprise us, defeat the establishment, defeat the system, because at the end of the day, whatever comes out of it, now all of us go share them. Just same way, nobody all of us supported Boko Haram. I don't date the wilderness. They shout for the past 10 years. These people are criminals, so Tinubu na criminal, Tinubu na thief for 10 years. I haven't changed. So a lot of us are like that. We never supported. But the consequences of APC, now only APC they suffer, or now only those of you in Nigeria they suffer. Educate yourself. So obedience, as a B, you are just a good karma. Don't they tell anybody say you are trying to save Nigeria to help us. Help who? You fight your fight. You are capable. You have the number. Sure you get. Because whatever comes out of the entire thing, everyone fall, no be one person matter, sure you get. If not, if Tinubu una end up pushing and saying, now your new president be this, it's not going to change anything. The sufferness continues. If not Atiku, you push and they say that Atiku is the winner, it's not going to change anything. Other than to make it even worse. So if you now bring Obi from 10-month-old group that decide to challenge the establishment, then that's a milestone. Then you earn it. Because at the end of the day, whatever you achieve, whatever happens in another few days, good or bad, now all of us go share them. So no, they try to make it look like when people say they don't like Obi or they don't believe in him. It is real world, my brother. Okay? This is real world. People are not going to like what you like. And it doesn't matter the reason they give. They just don't like what you like. And you will learn how to live with that, including in politics. That's why they call it democracy, isn't it? Because what they should be talking about is actually not what they are talking about. Look, listen to this before I go.
But two, where is the money going to? 80% of what should have been the income of a nation is going to the hand of some people. That's a lot of money, man. What do they want to do with the money? That's question number 3. Question number 4. Who are the foreign nations buying this stolen oil? Question number 5. How many of these nations of the world are your friends? So you can see the reason why I'm not thinking of 2023. Maybe that's why God has not spoken to me about that, because there is a lot to deal with now. Do I tell you one more thing? It is open secret. It's in the news. Undenied. That more than 90% of our income, more than 90% of the money we get from the leftover of the oil that was stolen, we are using it to pay the interest of the money we have already borrowed. More than 90%. And then it is news. I'm sure you listen to the news. We are borrowing more. Meaning what? According to a friend of mine, we are moving steadily to bankruptcy. A whole nation. My beloved Nigeria is moving steadily towards two.
He don't pass. Last. Everybody go chop breakfast.
That's it. That's APC. Share you guys. But they are out there asking you that Kolu is coming to. The hope is here. Prosperity is here. And it's about Nigeria. So Obidient, if nobody gave you your flower in the last 10 months, you have proven to us that it is possible. Yeah, like everything you think is possible. Yeah, you've shown that. But the next 25 days is going to cement or justify your conviction. And it's never going to be just by yourselves. It's going to be it's going to be not just to yourselves, but it's going to be to a lot of people who are going to see what is it going to be like for the establishment to cave in under the force of you, the obedient. So we want to see it. We want to see that happen. But that won't deny us the chance of reminding ourselves of the monsters that you are actually like angling up or angling against all of you. Don't underestimate them, and don't overestimate yourselves too. Whichever way what happened, right? The diary, I'll do my best to always be fair. You know, my fairness is just to tell you the truth, what I know, what you know. Analyze what I think and let you be the judge of the rest. Don't rush into it, okay? Everything I will never lie to you, by the way, because there will be no reason to lie to you. To what end? To get what? So as for you to probably don't like this one or like that. Come on. I don't like any of them. I don't. But if you can, indeed, stop the likes of a Kolu, the likes of a Atiku. Even me will write a book that happened in my lifetime. Whether Obi is now going to deliver or is not going to deliver is actually a different political conversation entirely. But in 10 months, look at them. They've got no money bags. They've got no all these drug barons and all these barons and all that. And they brag openly that they give no chishi. So I applaud you. I do. That would never make me become blind to the monsters. The monsters that motivated all of you to become obedient. Because you need to admit to that. A lot of you became obedient because of the shege that the monsters have shown you. Now here you are, scared of the monsters, continue to do you shege. And that's your last bet, last chance. And I wish you well. Share you get. As you are handling for that, please do not ignore the obvious criminals that motivated you into this in the first place. Do not arrogate this invisibility and all that to yourselves. Because the criminals that motivated you to become obedient and the rest of you, do you really think they are done? Or now that you have actually pushed some of them to start reacting to some of you, so I can only wish you well. I wish you the best. I'm going to leave you with this. Tonight, as you go to bed, the people of Osun are already around southwest Yoruba land. They are doing this simply because of the tribunal in Osun. Tribunal judgment, we no go gree. We no go gree, oh, we no go gree. And this is my last one, okay? This is this is actually for those of you who usually mock the obedient. You know, I told you. Now, people we knew in the old political brouhaha, Nigeria political brouhaha. Now, them, they react emotionally. We don't do this thing, tete. Experience, they say, is the best teacher. Nigerians love their oppressors differently. And traditionally, APC is PDP. PDP is APC. Now, esprit de corps, for those who knows them very well. Now, Mumu thinks APC different from PDP. Now, Mumu, and there are many. Mumu like just are many. But if you are smart enough, you won't see any difference. And so then they transfer themselves from one of them to the other. They are showing them the sugar, dealing with them. They love their thieves. They love their criminal leaders differently. Until Obidient came to the picture. And suddenly, PDAPC started gaslighting the Obidient. We will teach you a lesson next month. Obituary will lule next month. Baba Oropo ni sense abi? Sure. Tifnumbu, Bokuwari Pro Max. Enjoy it. Orun Yabo is not one person's concern, abi problem alone. You want to teach people by bringing in Tifnumbu or Atifku to teach you obedience, abi? in the same Nigeria. Ogmogon, Ogbon Sodiki, Iwo Logmonju.
Peter, we don't stress these people so much. I'll be waiting they expect.
You have to have capacity. Eventually.
You know, say when we did school, you get one particular guy who always remind teachers say he never give us assignments. Now Peter will be that. These people don't prepare as they go take start to the chop corn, they drink pure water for road. Peter become change the narrative. Everybody begin to ask question of competence. And where I was say, you know, say you get the kind of course where you go to study for school. You know, where you go get as area of concentration. Everywhere hard. No PC with that. Question where don't forget, when everybody don't finish, everybody don't forget about the question. Peter will bring them up.
You can go and look at this record.
Hey, father.
Again, waiting I don't understand. Then they talk the other time, say 1 billion van just miss road. Worker enter somebody.
Father, na money miss road. Practical lesson. You see, they teach us practical.
Okay, but they come talk say they won't carry the thing go headquarters, go where their headquarters is, so make them pay their staff. You know, but I don't know how the worker come there now.
Father, I know how when they talk say the bullion van they go one company, we go pay their staff. You know, see say that place be like a company where they pay their staff. It's not see staff wait stop by the road, they wait for the money.
But come, they talk say money no dey inside the bullion van. And they take money.
If they no say money no dey inside the bullion van, that means say they open the bullion van check whether money dey. They be want pay those people by sniffing the bullion van. And they talk say no be them invite them more. I beg.
That's Nigeria for you. And I leave you with that. Until I see you next time, enjoy the rest of your evening. And if I have said something that makes you uncomfortable, if I have said something that gets you angry, if I have said anything that actually really make you not happy or uncomfortable tonight, I am so sorry. Okay? And I promise you, I am going to go harder next time. And I'll make sure that you are more uncomfortable, unhappy. And then every time those truths start coming out, it's going to be harder next time. So I apologize that no matter what it is for you tonight, between two of us, but don't forget, like the broadcast, and I will see you some other time. Do with whatever you like. Do with all this information whatever you like. But don't ever forget of liking the broadcast, sharing it, subscribing, so that you won't miss it again. I mean, you will never miss any of this. I'll see you some other time. So good night from here.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí. Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán. Máyégún dáyàrí politico. Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán. Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó. Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Ayé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o. Ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni. Mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni. Ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lérí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni. Ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́. Ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o. Ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.